Going. So it is Friday. TG. Is it the anyway? Yeah, it's Friday, October. What is it? The 8th or something. Amazing. Yeah, 2024. Wow. So what is happening? Well, in the world of orange coin, we're having a very nice little trending day. So there's a tight range on the central daily range of the VRE, so it's set up to have a trending day. So far, at least the last I looked at it, it hadn't made any moves yet on the 15-minute time frame, but it certainly could be setting up for some nice ones today, especially as we get closer to traditional market opens across the different time zones, especially in the U.S. And hello. And it would not be a surprise, especially as it's a Friday, to see a bunch of people, take positions and basically try to get a piece of the returns to see if they can get in on the right side of the trade. Is it going to bust above the all-time high, like well above? Because obviously it got to the all-time high yesterday. Made a new all-time high yesterday when it was in the 76K area. It's definitely all-time highs. Has it made a significant run past the previous all-time high? No, but it keeps pushing up. Does it have to? No, it doesn't have to. Do we even care about that? No, honestly, no. To be honest, if you want to accumulate more, then you want the price to be cheaper, right? Well, now it's the opposite of that, right? So now it's literally the highest that it's ever been, right? So when it's the highest it's ever been, okay, right now it might be in the 74K range. You can say, well, it was 76 yesterday. Yeah, okay. It's well above 70. And, it has been sustaining that area now pretty much since it got up there earlier in the week on Tuesday, Wednesday. So it's been up there now a couple days, Wednesday, Thursday, and now Friday, above the 70K area. So it's in the price area of the highest it's ever been. We're basically in price discovery zone. Certainly if you look on higher time frames, like the asset has never been sitting around 75K for multiple days at a time. And so yeah, it's in price discovery zone, right? Basically. So what does that mean? Well, that means that you're in unexplored territory. It doesn't mean the VEPS doesn't work or anything. No, the VEPS still works great. But it means that you don't know, what are the limits of any given amount of buy pressure that might happen, right, when it's in the buy discovery zone. Right? Because you're in price discovery, you don't know. There's no history of price ever having been in this area before, really. And yeah, you go, well, there's the last minutes where, yeah, okay. There's no significant daily history. There's no daily history, other than yesterday, price being at or above 76K, right? There's no weekly price other than this candle of being at or above 76K, right? We are in new discovery zone. Now, whether or not the week closes above 76K or whatever, or at or above 76K, to set a new weekly high, at least for the body of the candle, we'll see. It doesn't matter in the sense that we don't care the price action, but it will tell us that we're getting very high returns, right? Because the price action is following the returns. Wow, this is loud. I don't know if you guys can hear me, but there's a lot of wind here. about 20 minutes ago, there was a bunch of rockets right here. You probably can't see them, but in the clouds, they've already dissipated. But yeah, just walking by, and as always, had to take shelter in some random place. Not as always, but as often I have to do. Take shelter in some random place because there were, rockets up above there. I guess you could maybe see those if I had a better camera. Bunch of clouds up there. And the Counterstrike missiles that blew them up, intercepted those rockets. They were, just yards away from me and many people here relatively early in the day, because Hezbollah decided, hey, let's shoot rockets at these people indiscriminately. And they don't target military or anything. They just, how much damage can we do to the country? That's all they care about. And Israel just does its best to knock down those things. And then our army, which has now been back in South Lebanon for a little over a month, what are they doing? They're doing their best to get rid of those people. Hey there, how you doing? I see your face, your emoji thing. Is it? How you say that name? Imri? Hello, Imri. I hope you're doing okay. Yeah, it's crazy times, man. So, hopefully you are not in a place where there are rockets flying all around you all the time. Because honestly, it is not fun. Partly, like when you're trading and you get interrupted by rockets, you have to close your position immediately. Like immediately. Right? Well, that's just how it goes, right? Yes, you can keep the app running on your phone or whatever and try to, monitor it that way if you happen to be alone by yourself during that time. Okay, it's possible. Still an additional layer of risk I would not advise. And especially because if it goes wonky, and God forbid something happens to you while you're taking shelter, then your entire position could get wrecked even while you're, suffering the real world devastation of an attack. So who needs that, right? That on top of that, no thank you. Rather just close the trade, open a new one later. Keeping in mind that any trade you take when you're living in an area where there's, complaint cylinders flying overhead on a regular basis without a set schedule, very randomly, is a very important reason to remember to trade low time frame scalps and not try to trade, long high time frames positions and not try to swing trade. It's bad enough you got volatility literally in the air, right? And very deadly volatility. Last thing you need on top of that is crypto volatility to ruin your capital position. And there's one easy way to make sure you don't do that, right? One very easy way, which is don't take leverage on positions you don't need to take leverage on. Right? Don't over leverage your positions. Why? Well, because if you take leverage on positions that you don't need to take leverage on, guess what's going to happen? You're going to get liquidated. It could be a swift move to the opposite direction that you're going, or it could be a long, grinding, painful danse macabre because you refuse to pull the Band-Aid off, which is the situation for most people. They get into a position, goes a little bit against their way, and they decide to stick it out. It goes a little bit too much against their way, and they're like, if it only went down $1 instead of $10, then I'd get out right away. But then they stick it out, thinking it's going to turn around. and it doesn't, right? And it eventually just goes further and further into the hole, and then they're just praying it goes back up to where they first could have gotten out, and it doesn't. And then by the time they pull the Band-Aid off, if they do, maybe they lost 30, 40, 50% of their position. Or maybe they wait more than that, and then they just get liquidated. Unfortunately, that happens too often, Anyway. What are you going to do? So, hey there, I see you. I see your hello, and I say hi. Hold on, I'll be right back. I'm here. There you go. All right, an ecological project. That's cool. That's nice. I definitely prefer that to what else it might have been. Phew. Okay. There's a construction project over here going on. Apparently, it's some kind of ecological project. Okay. Fine. Yeah. Kind of an odd place to put it, but all right. I guess better that than a highway or something, if one isn't needed. And here you definitely don't need a highway because we got highways all around, far in the distance, the other ends of the farms and all that stuff. Anyway, folks, if you find yourself trading under rocket fire or any other kind of imminent threat, and you have time to trade, make sure you manage your safety first. And once you've got that set aside and you got you all taken care of, you got all the necessaries that you need to cope with all that situation, to deal with that normally, and that the ones that you're responsible for are also set so that they have whatever they need, then by all means, it is possible to trade even under fire, because it's possible to live under fire. Trading is just another kind of job if you do it as a job. And that's the word. Yesterday, there we go. Here they're building. Yeah, they're building like an ecological park. Cool. All right. More wildlife. Yay. I'm all for that. Keep in mind, trading is really just a job, right? If you do it right. If you treat it like a gambling thing, it's probably not going to do very well for you, right? You're probably going to get hurt from it. It's not a gambling thing, right? Don't do it that way. It's not going to work out well. What you got to do is always, apart from the learning process, you have to be steady and disciplined about it, and not just try to change things on the drop of a hat to try to, suddenly 50x your returns. It doesn't work that way. I guarantee. Most times you do that, you get burned. So definitely don't try to think that, oh, I have, whatever, 0.1 Bitcoin or something. Now I want to make it a whole Bitcoin. I'm just going to 10x it, and if it moves 10% in my favor, then I'll be golden or whatever. It's a very dangerous thing to do, especially when you're trading against machines and against exchanges who know exactly where your entries and exits are. They know exactly where your stop losses are. They know your pain points. They see your trading history. They know exactly what you're likely to do. Right? They know exactly where they need to drive the price to on their exchange in order for you to rip off the bandage. And if you don't think that they do, well, they do. Unfortunately for you, they most definitely do. So that's why really the best thing to do is to trade without leverage. And really not at all, borrow quote unquote money from the people who are just in the business of taking it from you. Right? What is leverage? Leverage is just money you borrow from an exchange, right? Or a lender of some kind. Leverage is not free money. You're borrowing it, which is why when you're losing, they take it back from you in spades. Right? That's why they take those high fees from you. And when your position goes the wrong way, if you're 10x leverage, it doesn't actually have to move a whole 10 points against you for you. Exchange fees, whatever. And you can learn how to do this. You can learn how to use these tools, how to get these levels right, and how to use these tools. Learn about distributions and mean reversions and trending moves. You can learn about returns. You can learn about the VRE levels, right? And you can start it all by learning this stuff for free, right? The AVQ, the ALR, and most importantly, the AVP and the ATPC. These act as a pair. Each two of these, and this is a pair, this is a pair, and this is a pair. So these show you the historical volatility and their correlation to the price action. On the short length, medium length, and long length settings that I have, this tells you the direction, the very probable direction of the asset. Right? And this tells you the quality of the volatility and whether or not it's going to go up or down, and whether or not you should be getting into or staying in or getting out of a trade or staying out. And this tells you the returns and whether or not there's a divergence building up, and whether or not the returns are increasing or decreasing, and whether or not the divergence is bullish or bearish. So those are all free, by the way. All these tools are completely free. You can get them just by going to alphatradinghq.com. alphatradinghq.com. Yeah, you can go there and just click on the Discord. Here, let me show you, in fact. alphatradinghq.com. Yeah. Just like that. And then it should load. There's a better way to trade. See at the top here? There's this little join our Discord link. Just click on that. Click on the join our Discord link. And yeah, of course you can, read more about, you want to read about the site. Stop getting wrecked using traditional TA. You read a whole bunch of useful information here. There's some blog info. If you want to read some interesting blog info, you can read about our indicators. You can read about NFT-based subscription, all this and more. There's a list of exchanges in the crypto industry, in case you're wondering what exchanges there are in the crypto space, and what countries they're in, so that can help you sometimes figure out which exchanges you can use depending on where you are. There's a thing here that has to do with NFTs, like an NFT kind of tool to view different NFTs around the market. And then you can click on the Discord link, which again, directly, that's just alphatradinghq.com/Discord. Right? You click on that and it just goes to alphatradinghq.com/Discord. Anyway, that's how you get our free tools. You just go there. Once you're there, just click on the, there's a little button here in the, where is that? Inside of the, inside of the channels. There's a channel here. And then it opens up a ticket like you'll see here on the left. You see a list of tickets. And in there, all you got to do is just provide us your TradingView username and say that you want free access to the volatility starter pack. And just give us your TradingView username. Obviously not your password or anything like that. Just your TradingView username so we can hook you up with your access to our free indicators that you see here that you can use. As long as you're, in our Discord, as long as you don't like permanently leave the Discord, and it's free to be in there. And then you get free access to the educational material for those indicators. You get free access to a lot more educational material. You get free access to the live chat with traders who use these tools and our professional tools as well. And then, of course, you get access not just to the chat, like the live stream chat, but the actual live stream voice, so you can participate. You can participate by voice during our live streams. Right? You can speak during the live streams because the whole point of the live streams is to be educational for you. All right. And that said, we are doing something a bit different now. We've been asked to provide private tutoring, which is something we really didn't want to do because we did it years and years and years ago. But it seems there's still a demand for it. So myself and the other co-founders are making it available. We're going to put up something about it in the shop channel in our Discord. So keep an eye on that. And hopefully that'll be helpful to those who are serious about trading and want some private tutorial time with the real traders who use this stuff every day. Okay, that's going to do it for now, folks. And hopefully we'll see you in the live stream starting at 9 a.m. U.S. Eastern Time. Okay, cheers.